As graduation ceremonies get underway this morning at Harvard University, the school will also face off against the Trump administration in a Boston courtroom. Last week, a federal judge granted Harvard a temporary restraining order against the new White House policy that ends Harvard's ability to enroll international students. Today, both sides will argue over whether that judge's order should be extended. Dave Aronberg, what are you looking for out of today's hearing?
Well, I put on my yellow ribbon because we must never lose sight of the hostages. I'm disappointed in my alma mater's response to anti-Semitism on campus. I think the Trump administration is going to focus on anti-Semitism, whereas Harvard's going to say, but what you're hitting us with is overbroad. What you're hitting us with is way beyond our response to anti-Semitism. And I think that's the key here, because if the administration had a specific goal in mind, and if they were consistent with it, they could succeed. But remember, when the administration went after Harvard, they sent them a letter that was an accident. It was not supposed to be sent to Harvard. And because this administration can never admit when they're wrong, they refuse to take it back. And so they're moving ahead with something they never intended to do from the beginning. So this whole war didn't have to happen. So I think Harvard is going to say, you guys are overbroad in what you're trying to do. You don't have the power to do this unilaterally. And thus, we're entitled to relief. I actually think they probably, meaning Harvard, will probably win in court. But this battle with the administration is far from over.
No, I think you're right about that, and we'll be staying on it in the weeks ahead. Former state attorney for Palm Beach County, Florida, Dave Aronberg. Dave, thank you very much. Joining us now, professor of psychology at Harvard University, Steven Pinker. He wrote a guest essay for the New York Times titled Harvard Derangement Syndrome, in which he details the fallout of Trump's attacks on the university. Good morning, Professor. Well, let's start right there. There's been a series of broadsides from the White House directed at Cambridge, directed at Harvard. Talk to us about how you've seen that impact life there on campus.
Well, people are furious. They're distraught. They're bewildered. The Trump administration is using every means at its disposal to try to cripple Harvard, threatening to multiply the tax on the endowment 15-fold, canceling all grants, canceling all student visas, threatening to revoke its tax-exempt status. It's basically trying to strangle Harvard. It is an all-out war. I think Harvard would be happy to negotiate if they thought there was someone on the other side acting in good faith. But the fact that, for example, that letter was sent out in error, but then was not retracted, and that many of the demands of the administration are patently unconstitutional. They're infringements on free speech. They're infringements on the autonomy of a private institution. Means that there's some uncertainty as to how Harvard should proceed. It certainly is pressing its case in court in cases where the administration is acting contrary to the law, contrary to the Constitution.
Professor, it's Chris Matthews. You know, historically, I always knew, I grew up in Philadelphia, so I knew all about the quota system and the fact that Penn didn't have one for Jewish students. And it's the reason a lot of the great Hollywood producers went to Penn. It's just directors. It's just a fact. That mark on the Ivies, that they had these quotas about Jewish students, is that still making it an attractive target for Donald Trump to keep hitting?
Oh, I don't think that Trump cares about the old money wasp snobbish quotas against Jews. There have been problems with anti-Semitism at Harvard, largely, and other elite universities, largely as a spillover from anti-Israel zealotry among some of our students and some of our instructors. But the old money anti-Semitic snobbery is no longer a problem. The problem is disruptive protests. The problem is some of our instructors inappropriately introducing anti-Israel content into classes. The anti-Semitism report details these abuses, and our president, Alan Garber, has vowed to crack down on them.
Professor Symone Sanders Townsend, it strikes me that what the administration is doing to Harvard specifically in this case is a part of a broader strategy in some, ultra-right conservative circles, right? There has been a long war that has been waged, cultural political war that wanted to be waged on higher elite, if you will, institutions because of a perceived, if you will, bias towards conservatives. And I was a fellow at Harvard's Kennedy School, and I can tell you, I feel as though on the campuses, oftentimes there is an overcorrection to ensure that that is not happening. What's your take on if this is happening in a vacuum or if this is, in fact, connected to the broader strategy in some conservative circles, putting universities and higher education institutions in the crosshairs?
Well, I think that's exactly right. And I almost hesitate to call it conservative, in that classical conservatism is committed to limited government constrained by constitutional restraints. This is more authoritarianism. This is what dictatorships the world over do. They try to disable civil society organizations, including the press, including arts organizations, the judiciary, law firms. And we've seen this pattern from the Trump administration. And I think the concerns over anti-Semitism are utterly bogus. The White House has had Holocaust deniers and Nazi sympathizers to dinners there. The concern about anti-Semitism, some of the punishments mention it, some of them don't. It's hurting Jewish students who are in the labs and hoping for the fellowships that are being canceled. It's hurting the Jews by making it seem as if the defunding of cancer research, the shutting down of labs is to advance Jewish interests. Jewish organizations are adamantly opposed to this. And speaking as a Jewish faculty member, I don't want it. It's not good for the Jews. It is a total pretext.
So Professor, I wanted to ask you sort of a follow-up on a conversation that we had yesterday. You've already talked about and said, hey, we've had some problems with anti-Semitism. Yesterday, I was talking about, as being one of those traditional conservatives, understanding that in the past, over the past 30, 40 years or so, universities, especially the tenure system, has often kept out classic conservatives. I'm not talking about people who call themselves conservatives today. I don't mean to give you a leading question here, but I just have to because I think it's the truth. It seems that the president of Harvard understands that. It seems from listening to you talk about the problems with anti-Semitism that you understand that. So I am going to ask a leading question. This is not hardball with Chris Matthews. I'll call this softball with Joe Scarborough. Isn't there a much better understanding in 2025 that speech has been stifled too much in elite universities in the past, that anti-Semitism has been allowed to fester too much in some elite universities in the past, and that traditional Burkean conservative voices have often been excluded by the tenure system in the past?
I think so. I co-founded and co-lead the Council on Academic Freedom at Harvard precisely because we thought that Harvard had not safeguarded intellectual diversity, intellectual freedom, and civil discourse. That's why we organized. We've gotten a lot of sympathy from the administration, from President Garber, from the provost John Manning. There is recognition that there is a problem, and some of it is indeed an exclusion of conservative voices. And as I said in the article, a little bit of DEI from conservatives probably wouldn't hurt. In that, I think that our students, I think our faculty would really benefit from a variety of voices. They don't have to agree with them, but as John Stuart Mill said, those who know only their own side of the argument know little of that. Even if you're not a conservative, you should sharpen your argument by protecting it against conservative counter-arguments. And who knows, sometimes conservatives are right.